So I know it's been a while, and this is going to be a quick bit of content because I have a lot of stuff to do and not enough time to do it all. So this is a board given to me by a good friend of the channel, and this was what was going to spur on a complete overhaul of the Windows 98 computer that I really need to make a video on but never did due to various reasons. And, well, this is me kind of trying to get ahead of one of the big reasons, which is when I inevitably sit down to make a video about it, something fundamental about it changes and I have to redo everything. So this was going to start something off. This was offered by a good friend of the channel, and he said, yeah, here's a socket 462 board. You just need to find a CPU for it, but you'll have a banging Windows 98 machine out of this. So I accepted it, and I didn't know that when it rains, it pours, because I got this board and it's got some bad caps on it, and figured, yeah, I'll get it ready after VCF West is over, because my Windows 98 machine is going to VCF West. After all that's done, I can get this in there, have a banging 98 machine, have something that's worthy of the title, the ultimate Windows 98 machine. But then, again, like I said, when it rains, it pours, and I'm going to cover the camera real quick as we go to what this has led to. This albatross of a system. So this is kind of my test bench at the moment, because after I got that, another socket 462 board and CPU came up on Discord, and I offered to go grab it, and it had a nice CPU on it, which is this Athlon XP 2200 Plus, and I believe an 8-bit KV7 motherboard. And that works. Actually, I had one bad cap on it that I had in stock, so I swapped it and got up and running, but the chipset fan sadly died, and I need to worry about that. But then I went to eWaste and started looking around, and this board showed up, which is an Asus A7N8X, which is an unholy tongue twister of a name. And I rolled the dice on it because the box on it said damaged, and I thought that just meant capacitors went bad. But no, if we go over here, I can try and zoom in over here. Yeah, bad things happened back there. So I guess when somebody was getting the heatsink off of here, they slipped and gouged the crap out of the board. So I figured, you know what, no pain, no gain. I need to brush up on my experience. So I took it over to my workbench, which is right behind me, and decided to engage in trace repair. I scraped away the traces and thankfully found only one of them had been actually broken. Well, two of them. And thankfully that was all that needed to be done. I just bridged one of the traces. I was able to get the other one, which is solder blobs. But the other one I used enamel wire and bodged it and managed to fix that. Then I went to go turn the motherboard on because the motherboard before wouldn't stay on. Went to turn on and one of the caps popped. And that was quite a show and a half right before the 4th of July. So I went and got new caps for it, and those arrived and I put them in. They're all new, nice looking. These two had gone off too. So I got those all in, and these Asus boards are really annoying because if we zoom in a little bit, you might tell me on a normal motherboard, those stripes are facing the wrong way, but they are in fact facing the right way on these because Asus has the motherboard markings backwards. So take pictures if you're working on an old Asus board, because if you go by the markings on the motherboard, you might put them in backwards and have a really bad time. So yeah, got it all done. Slapped my burner video card in here. Slapped that 2200 Plus in here because that's not going to be the CPU that goes in here. And, well, let's try it out. And I need to reach over here, find my universal power button, and I only have this fan over here for a sign of life indicator because I have no fans connected to the board. We beep, and it works. Eventually it'll let me in. But yeah, we We are working. And we have, interestingly, we have 2 LAN ports. So it's going to be interesting to see which one of those works better in Windows 98. But we also have onboard SATA, which is quite nice. That's one of the reasons I really want this board to work out, and it looks like it's going to. But I'm not going to leave this thing on too long because I don't have really adequate cooling on the CPU, and as we all know, these Athlons are not very well known for surviving if they are not thermally sound, so to speak. So I don't want to run it too long here. But it works. I'm very happy. This board is awesome. Like I said, 2 LAN ports on the back, which is overkill. I'm not going to need those, but hey, they're there. It's one less card I have to have down here. And of course, the integrated SATA, which is compatible with 98, at least the card is, which is a 3112. So I'm very happy about this. This board is going to be awesome. Now, when I said, when it rains, it pours, oh boy, did I mean it. Because not long after I got this all done up, somebody was giving away some stuff on another Discord I'm in. And among those was a board and CPU of the Socket 462 variety. Now, I'd already gone to eBay and bought a better CPU for this system, an Athlon XP3000, and I really wanted a 3200, but I wasn't about to pay, like, the prices that they're going for on eBay, because last I checked, they were going for the better part of $100, but I could also be wrong. So I didn't want to spend that much, so the 3000 was, like, all of $20 online. And it's very, very well good enough for what I need to do. So I got that. It's actually sitting in another motherboard right now. But yeah, this other listing came up from someone giving away a board and CPU. And sure enough, the CPU on that board is a 3200 plus. So it kind of all just worked out. And yeah, I've made arrangements to get that board for the price of shipping. And it will be here soon enough, hopefully. I mean, I'm not in any rush. I can't really do anything with this until after VCF West because while the 98 machine is cruising along on a little 1.26 gigahertz Tualatin CPU, I got it finally nice and stable, and I don't want to do a full rebuild on it right before West because I have been struggling to get that system to be stable, and it's going to need to be stable for like 8 hours the whole weekend, so I don't want to mess with it. It's working. I'm going to leave it where it is. We'll leave them messing with it for after the show. So yeah, that's what I'm doing with the Windows 98 machine. Hopefully I will feel up to doing some content on it. Maybe doing the actual build. My brain's been in a weird space these last few months, so I do apologize. But hopefully I will do something rather than just letting this project like languish in the back of my head and doing it off camera. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this, whatever you call it, just me yapping into a camera, and I will see you guys later.